take the time you need to really sink into what is arising, what's being shown to you, and know that the information that you need is always here to support you. It's here to help you. Hello, and welcome back to Remember Why You're Here, a podcast for seekers and sensitives where you can relax, receive, reconnect to yourself, and remember the most important thing of all, why you're here. I'm Asia Suler, teacher, author, Earth Intuitive, and this is our intuitive reading for the month of April 2025. So much power came through with the card that I picked for this month. I'm really excited to talk about what came up with this card, including deep ancestral visions entering this month with power, finding stability and flow in your life that's really going to see you through the months to come and maybe even the years to come. But before we get started, I wanted to tell you about a completely free class that I'm teaching next week called Remember Your Mission. Sensitives and empaths come into this world with really specific and unique missions that are meant to help bring the heart of humanity back into compassion, care, and connection. And in this live experience, I'm going to help you as a sensitive reveal and reconnect to your own unique life mission. Every soul on this planet has a purpose, has a mission, and yours does too. And in this time of chaos and upheaval, the thing that we need to move ahead is really just this. It's just the remembrance of our mission, the clarity, the perspective to keep that in our field as we move ahead. So this is going to be a completely free live training and transmission. I'm so excited to gather with you here. You can tune in live or you can receive the replay afterwards. If you're interested in that, you can go to asiasuler.com/yourmission. And I'm particularly excited about offering this as we are just a few weeks away now from starting my brand new 11-week program called Earth Angel School, a spiritual school designed for sensitives and empaths to help you understand your own unique energy signature, to have the tools that you need to step into your life path and your purpose in a deeper way, a way you've never accessed yet before. The school was specifically designed to help my fellow sensitives and empaths to really unfold onto their life paths and to receive the intimate support and guidance you need in order to do that. And there's been so many sweet signups so far. I'm really excited about this group that's gathering for this brand new experience, this experience that feels like it's part of my soul's mission to produce and to offer. So this free offering will also help give you some perspective on whether or not this longer offering is for you. And either way, I would love to just see you there and have us remember our missions together. Okay, so with that, let's move on to our reading for April. And it's a good segue, right? Because we're talking a little bit about remembering the assignment here. And there's an aspect of that to this reading coming up in April. I picked from the Wildwood Tarot deck. The Wildwood Tarot deck is by Mark Ryan and John Matthews, and it draws from pre-Celtic traditions and visuals to create this tarot deck that really follows along these deep ancestral memory lines of both the British Isles and Greater Europe. So have you ever heard this theory before that you aren't supposed to buy yourself a tarot deck? I don't really believe this or buy into it because I've certainly purchased a lot of tarot decks for my own self, but I do find that there's something that is really special about a tarot deck that has been gifted to you. And this tarot deck, the Wildwood Tarot, was gifted to me by one of my dear, dear friends, Miranda. So I've worked with this deck now for a long time, ever since she first gifted it to me with this beautiful little hand crocheted bag that she put all the cards in. And you'll see if you're watching the video that the card is pretty weathered because this is also a card that I've gotten many times before. So there's a special magic for me in working with this deck. That is one that my hands have been on a lot, one that has been really dear to me in my life. And so for the second reading of this new podcast, I thought I would work with a deck that really feels like a home space for me. So from this deck for this month ahead of April 2025, I picked the Queen of Stones, or Bear. So just a little background for this deck, they use stones in place of pentacles, which I really love because there's almost this sense in choosing stones over pentacles of really shifting our focus or our vision of what wealth is away from sort of a monetary system or a representational system into really remembering that true wealth comes from the earth, true abundance comes from the earth, and resourcing ourselves again in what is naturally arising from the earth, what is here, what is being given to us at all times. And this felt particularly powerful for this card. Just a little perspective to think about in the traditional Waite Rider tarot, this would be the Queen of Pentacles. I've heard the Queen of Pentacles described as kind of like the ultimate working parent. It does have this very maternal vibe to it, but it's also this vibe of someone who really is in a rich flow in their life. They know how to balance all the things. They know how to be in the work-life balance, how to bring forth their creative visions while nurturing themselves and those around them. It can be a card of self-care, it can be a card of financial stability. It's really someone who is comfortable in their domain, knows how to have their world flow in a way that really nourishes them and creates the sense of abundance and generosity. In the traditional card, the Queen of Pentacles is sitting on this throne, and that's a little bit of the energy of this month of like really being grounded in yourself, your creations, your resources, your visions. There's as much power as is coming through in this month, and we're going to talk about this in a second. There's also a sense of this invitation for more groundedness, and not that you have to strive for it, but that it will be there for you. So in this deck, this shows up as bear, and a very specific kind of bear. This shows up as an ancient cave bear. In the image on this card, this bear is standing up on just her back legs, so standing up tall, looking out from the mouth of a cave. And in the Wildwood Tarot, this card is specifically described as one of generosity, abundance, stability. There's an aspect of confidence, prosperity, really having this ground to stand on as you build a life around you. But what stood out the most for me, and I think why I picked this card, because it has been a card that's shown up for me a lot in my life, is the representation of the cave bear herself. So humans have been in interaction with cave bears for a very long time. Before Homo sapiens were on the scene, we know that humans such as Neanderthals were wearing the skins of cave bears for over 300,000 years. There's also evidence of ancestral worship of cave bears from Neanderthal archaeology sites throughout caves in Europe. So the cave bear was this ancient bear species that no longer exists on our planet, but that was a really powerful, vital part of our physical lives as well as our imaginal lives. So we know that humans hunted cave bears, that cave bears were a source of food, clothing, adornment. We shared space with cave bears. The caves in which humans occupied and created a home space for themselves were often the same caves in which these cave bears were making their homes and were hibernating in the winter. So what I find fascinating about this bear in particular showing up is that even though this bear went extinct about 24,000 years ago, it still is such a big part of our ancestral memory. probably most of us have never even seen a depiction of a cave bear or even bones of a cave bear. But when I talk about cave bears, I can sense that there's this feeling inside all of us where we know exactly what I'm talking about. Like we have this deep ancestral memory, remembrance of this being, of this creature that lived throughout Europe and Asia for a very, very long time. And so what came through for me in receiving Cave Bear for this month ahead is that there's this aspect of some sort of deep ancestral vision that is rising up in you now, that is coming to the surface now. And you might have already glimpsed it before. This might just be the time in which it's really now arising to the surface to be expressed, or maybe it's just freshly arising now, but it's sort of like this deeply held vision that's connected to the imaginal realm that is now coming to the surface and being seen by you, here to be expressed into the world, here to be explored by you. So there's this powerful energy arising from the imaginal realm within you, this space that is both ancestral and imaginal. And this vision is here to guide you forward in whatever it is you're creating in your life, especially movements towards stability, abundance, and groundedness. So I want you to just open your awareness this month to visions that are coming to you. Maybe it's visions of your future, visions of a creative project, visions of a way forward. Whatever it is, be open to the visions that almost feel like they're arising from the deep caves within you. Don't ignore them. These visions are coming from this deep, imaginal, ancestral place, and they're coming to help create this sense of greater power, abundance, prosperity, and stability in your future. Now, I also love this image of the cave bear, maybe even more than the traditional Queen of Pentacles, because it brings in some other elements. Bears, but especially cave bears, which are much larger than even the largest bear that we currently have on our planet, these bears would have been subjects of reverence, awe, gratitude, but also fear, right? Like there's this level in which a creature that is this big and this magnificent and this powerful demands our awe, our reverence, and our respect. And part of the way in which reverence, awe, and respect arises is through fear. And I'm saying this because we live in a time right now where there's just so many sources and bombardment of information that can create distress that is probably bringing up fear in one way, shape, or form or another within all of us. And sometimes, especially when you're on this spiritual journey, it can feel like, oh no, fear is the enemy. I don't want to feel fear. As a spiritual being, I'm here to ascend beyond fear. But there's something about this card too that's saying, oh no, fear is a powerful feeling to have. And that actually, when we look at fear through the lens of the earth, fear of something is actually just showing us where great power lies. Fear can easily be translated, as we see in these shrines to cave bears throughout these caves of Europe, that fear can be translated into reverence, awe, and respect. And when we can find that awe and respect, we transform the fear. And so there's an invitation here, if you're moving into this month and feeling overwhelmed by the world, feeling fearful in any way, nervous, distress, that fear that you're feeling, it's here to be felt, right? Not ignored, to feel it and to let it transform itself, because it will, if you focus on it, to let it transform itself into a reverence for life, into a reverence for the power that lies at the center of you, sort of the ancestral wellspring at the center of you that is here to help you navigate this time ahead, to help you find stability in even the wildest of waves. It's a powerful thing to move through difficult or distressing feelings and to come out the other side in this place of just pure reverence and awe for life, for existence, for the opportunity to be alive. It's an opportunity. We're all in a really big opportunity right now, and the opportunity is only deepening. And there's something about this vision that is either coming to life or is making itself known to you this month that is here to really end up creating more abundance and stability for you facing whatever fear is within you, for you facing these deeper tides of emotion. And there's one more aspect here that I think is really important, and it's something that is talked about when we look at the traditional tarot, that the Queen of Pentacles is often showing us that there is this time ahead of greater flow in our life, this ability to find the flow. This is something we're always seeking, right? We always are seeking balance. Like, how do I balance all the things that I'm doing? How do I have the work-life balance, like the home balance, the relationship balance? And so this card coming up in the guise of Cave Bear for me is this invitation to realize that whatever is arising in your creative cycle, in your visioning this month, whatever is sort of bubbling up from this wellspring of deep remembrance, that it is here to help you create and find in a more fine-tuned way your flow in life. Your flow is how you innately bring forth your gifts into this world. And really our biggest task is just to find that flow, to figure out individually what that flow is for ourselves. But there's something here with paying attention to that vision coming forth, really honoring it, really sitting with it, including sitting with any of the feelings that you're walking into this month with or that might arise as you're in this month. And that through interacting with this, you're going to find the flow that you've been seeking in your life, to find that fluidity in how you balance all the different areas of your life. I think a lot here about our nomadic ancestors and my ancestors who were literally moving through that landscape of Southern Europe where these cave bears were prominent, and how our ancestors had this innate yet responsive flow that they were always cultivating in their life, to know when to migrate, where to go, how much time to spend on one particular thing versus another, like how much time to spend on making a tool versus how much time to spend on caching food. And so there's this level in which I think all of our ancestors were actually masters of the flow, and in a way where they were also masters at responding to change and transformation and adjusting their flow accordingly. But that's within you. That's within you. Your ability as a human to understand, like, what is my innate flow and how does my flow interact with the flow at large with this world? In April, you're going to learn something essential about your work-life balance, how your energy is meant to be used or worked with in your particular flow. And this might not be a totally new revelation, but there's something about the way in which it's going to land in your body through interacting with the visions, the creativity portals that are coming through, that's going to help you in the times ahead to know, oh, this is the flow that works for me. And so this is how I bring my visions to life. This is how I move through this world in a way where I'm really responsive to the gifts, the downloads, the visions, the potentials that are moving through me. So get ready to learn something very practical about how your body and your energy system works. And on the other hand, get ready for a really big vision, a really deep remembrance coming up again into your field, and just trust whatever it is that comes. And this might unfold over time, or it might even be something that you're finally able to express or put out into the world. So just imagine this cave bear in your mind, standing on her hind legs, gazing out over this tundra plain from the mouth of this cave, and know that there's an invitation here to walk into this month with a sense of strength and personal power, that you have the power and the strength to meet what is coming ahead, to meet what is meeting you, what is wanting to move through you, and to create systems and balance in your life to really see you through as you continue to say yes to your mission in this life. Cave Bear is going to help all of us this month with our self-belief, to really believe in ourselves and our ability to create these lives that we know are possible. So that is our reading for the month of April. If you're feeling excited about this, if it's stirring up something inside of you and you want to go deeper into remembering your specific mission, I don't think this free class could be coming at a better time. So that class is coming up next week. And again, the website for that is asiasuler.com/yourmission. And I would love to be in this live experience with you of helping support you in this month of such deep remembrance. These readings have been so much fun for me. And last month's reading, the first reading I did, I got so much positive feedback, like these comments.
I just wanted to say that your March reading blew me away.
It was so accurate for what's going on in my life right now. It was absolutely spot on, and keep up the good work.
Really motivated to tell you how much I like it, how much I got out of it, and wanted to leave you some positive feedback.
Oh, so special. Okay, so these are voice messages that are coming from my voice message line, my private line, which is on my website, asiasuler.com/remember. And I would love to get a voice message from you. If you have a comment about this episode, if you have a question about this episode, something else you want me to talk about, leave me a message. I would love to hear it. Till next time, I am sending you so much strength, power, and self-belief as we walk into this month. I'm excited for what's coming up for all of us this month, and I would love to hear how it turns out for you. So until we meet again, trust what's coming through for you. Take care of yourself. Know that everything you need to be following and flourishing on your life path is here, and that everything is conspiring to help you. Remember why you're here.